Hey, everybody. Let's see. Deborah Ann, I don't know if you're still here. Hey, Eve. Just think I will be 72 March 24th. Wow. I feel like I'm really old. I guess because I just turned 65 last year. Alessia, they did? Are you sure? I don't know. I think she was off once before too, but uh-oh. What's going on with my cats? Hi, Misha. Annabelle. Alessia. Rakes. Hello. Tennessee Truth. Amalau. How are you? Anybody want to come up on panel? Hello. Anybody? Let me see. No, I don't. Okay, I'm back. Every time I try to do something, I end up kicking myself out. Let's see. How do I do that again? Post comment. Here we go. Okay, there's the link if anybody wants to come up on panel. Yes, Tennessee Truth. Tennessee Truth she hasn't posted too much lately, have you? Tennessee Truth, or am I just missing it? Why do my cats suddenly all want attention the second I go live? Or I lose internet, one or the other. Hi, Sonia. Welcome. Okay, nobody's going to come up with me, I guess. Really, Logan? Okay. All right, we're going to start out with our next 10 cases here. And I'm going to start putting time stamps in my description when I change topics, so people can go right to that if you're watching on replay. Okay, and then we'll get to Rose Meyer and Rose Bly. So there's a lot of misinformation out there for more than one person. Okay. Here is case 21. Naugatuck, Connecticut, 1951, Law v. Stevenson. Estelle Love drove to the house of her daughter, Mrs. Stevenson, in order to help with household chores and to care for her grandchild. Stevenson asked her mother to go to the basement and get a blanket for the baby. The basement stairs were dimly lit from the open door and cellar window, but there was no stairway light. There was a vacuum cleaner and an ironing board at the top of the stairs, but no handrail. Moreover, the front of the top step had broken in places. You'd wonder why she's asking the grandmother to go down in a dangerous situation like that. Okay, Loud stepped into the gloomy space and reached for the handrail, only to find the vacuum cleaner and ironing board. Uh-oh. She caught her foot on the broken step, then tumbled down the stairs, injuring herself. Her daughter would not pay for her injuries. Nice daughter. So she sued for negligently failing to warn her about the dangerous staircase. Does Loud win? Anybody? I need somebody to come up here so I can bounce ideas off. Annabelle says yes. Eve says yes. So, Misha, um, her daughter would not pay for her injuries. Well, if you're an invitee, which she was, then I would say that she would be negligent. What if Laub had decided to inspect the basement without asking her daughter? Now that's a whole different situation. Hi, Bob. Everybody loves Bob. I'm going to put Misha up here on a timeout for not paying attention. Okay. Supreme Court of Heirs of Connecticut. Laub wins. Yay, Annabelle and Eve were right. Property owners have a duty to warn guests about hazards. Stevenson knew that the basement stairs were dimly lit, had no handrail, and were broken, but she still asked her mother to use them. I don't understand that at all. Stevenson breached her duty to warn her mother of the hazard. If Stevenson were running a business out of her basement, she would have had a duty to not only warn customers, but also fix the step, add handrails, and add proper lighting. If Laub had fallen while sneaking down the basement stairs without Stevenson's permission or knowledge, it's likely that she would be considered a trespasser and would not be able to recover. So you're right again, Annabelle. A ribeye steak. I actually had a chicken sandwich from Wendy's because I was out running errands, and it was pretty darn good. Well, I don't know if they changed their chicken breading or what, but I wouldn't care for the baked potato, but the ribeye sounds good. Okay, you can't go places you're not invited to go. So a person who uses an invitation to dinner to sneak a look into a medicine cabinet or open a dresser drawer is a trespasser. I had a girlfriend whose son's ADHD meds kept disappearing from the kitchen cabinet. So the police actually set up a hidden camera and caught a neighbor coming in and stealing them. My goodness. At least he didn't hurt himself and sue, huh? Okay. See, everybody loves Bob. I don't know why Bob doesn't come up here with me. Maybe I'd get more subs then. I see people putting up GoFundMe's and Amazon wish lists for all kinds of things. You know, I had that $4,000 vet bill last week. I could really use some money. I'm just kidding. Yes, it was really $4,000. Okay. Case 22. I know, Bob. Everybody loves Bob. What kind of wrestling is on tonight, Bob? Okay. Coworkers helped drunk teen into his 1959 Thunderbird. This is Bakersfield, California. 1968, Brockett v. Kitchen Boyd Motor Company. You didn't eBay. I need money, everybody. If every one of my subs pitched in $3. I'm just kidding. Now somebody's going to say that, yeah, I was asking for money. Except there's no way for you guys to send me any. Okay, Sonia, you don't look 70 at all. Yeah, I don't mind bifocals. I have the ones with no lines. And I don't wear them. I have my glasses on top of my head all the time. Because I like to be able to see up close. Okay. The Kitchen Boyd Motor Company's Christmas party started at noon. The company had plenty of alcohol for its employees, including 19-year-old Jimmy Huff, who was not old enough to drink legally. 7 hours later, Huff was drunk. Oh my God, no way. Kathy, I never would have guessed that either. You don't look 73 at all. That's my senior high pick. Well, I bet you still look that good, Sonia. You look pretty nice. Okay, 7 hours later, Huff was drunk. Company employees helped him to his 1959 Ford Thunderbird and told him to drive home. 7 hours he's been drinking. He crashed into another car with 7 people in it, hurting many, including Terry Brackett. Brackett and the others sued Kitchen Boyd Motor Company for negligently providing alcohol to a minor. Does Brackett win? I would say yes. I would say yes. That's the same as suing a bar, right? What if I'm wrong? Does Kitchen Boyd, that's just such an odd name, have a duty to every member of the public not to provide alcohol to minors? I would say yes. Yes. Happy early birthday, Kathy Marsh. Happy early birthday to you, Eve. Hi, Deborah Ann. Glad you could make it. We're wishing Eve and Kathy Marsh happy birthday. Okay. Do we have a duty to the general public not to loan our car to a drunk person? Yes, we do. Except it was his car. Okay, so everybody says yes. Brackett wins. Let's see what happened. Court of Appeals of California. I had to go to the Court of Appeals. Brackett wins. Kitchen Boyd breached its duty when its employees helped a drunk minor into his car and told him to drive home. Huh. That's not what the reason I would have thought. So it didn't have anything to do with them providing alcohol? It's because their employees helped him into his car. Okay, let's read further. The court said that when Kitchen Boyd employees helped Huff into the car and told him to drive home, the company had breached its duty to protect both Huff and the general public. Though Brackett won, he was not happy with the decision because the court did not explicitly say that anyone giving alcohol to a minor would be liable for injuries caused by the minor's drunk driving. So Brackett rejected his own win and sued the company again. That's interesting. This time, when Brackett wrote the complaint for the new lawsuit, he excluded the part about the employees helping the drunk Huff into the car. Yes. 4 years later, Brackett won again. The California Court of Appeals wrote, if one willfully disobeys the law and knowingly gives liquor to a minor who one knows will drive, one must face the consequences. The law, as well as good sense, can demand no less. See, that was in 1968. And Court of Appeals, California Court of Appeals. So I don't know if you guys know this, but a law is only considered precedent if it's published. So only higher court rulings are published and can be used in future cases. You also have to, before you use a case as a precedent, have to what's called shepherdize it. And you have to look to see if any cases have happened since that case that have changed the decision of that case or overruled it. Anyway, just a little aside there. Oh, look at everybody loving everybody. I know I have a great chat, don't I? Okay, here we go. Here's the Michigan case. Where's Alpaca Maid and where's my other Michiganians? Okay, case 23, Mesa, Michigan, 1986. Spankowski v. Wood. A number of Michigan State students were preparing to drive to Crazy Sea Stables to take hay rides. There were 4 cars and a number of drivers did not know how to get there, so Charles Wood volunteered to drive the lead car because he knew the way. How nice of him. At a sharp turn, Wood lost control of his car and went into a ditch beside the road. The second car also left the road, sideswiped Wood's car, and then hit a tree. Lori Spankowski, a passenger in the second car, died in an accident. Spankowski's parents sued Wood for negligent driving. Before a jury could determine whether Wood was negligent, the court had to decide whether Wood owed a duty to the passengers in the cars that were following him. Does Wood have a duty to Spankowski? I don't know. What do you say? What do you say? Is there a special relationship between Wood and Spankowski? I don't know. Deborah Ann says no. Ordinarily, I would say no. However, he did volunteer to be the lead car. But you wouldn't assume that when you went, like, isn't this kind of like if somebody told you to jump off a cliff, would you follow them? I don't know how that goes. That's not how it goes, but you wouldn't assume that people following you would follow you off the road into the ditch, would you? The blind leading the blind. They shouldn't have been following that close. Ooh. Eve, come back. I just see you were in the back. I would love for someone to come up and join me. I don't see you back there now, though. Hell no. Okay, everybody says no. Lemmings, yeah. Okay, so everybody says no. And everybody's wrong. Uh-oh. Court of Appeals, Michigan. Spankowski wins. There is a duty. Wood accepted the job of caravan leader and had a duty to do it without negligence. Well, this is interesting. Eve is awesome. More awesome than you know. Okay, normally Wood would have no duty to a passenger in a different car, but this case was different. Here, Wood volunteered to be the lead driver. That's the only way that, yeah, I think that's what made the difference. When he took on that job, he also accepted the duty to perform it responsibly, because there is always a duty to perform your job carefully and without negligence. If you're leading a caravan, you expect the drivers behind you to keep up. The fact that the following cars will probably match your speed creates a special relationship between you and the passengers in those cars. It is foreseeable that if you drive too fast around a bend, they will drive too fast as well, even though they ought not to. This is an interesting interpretation. Therefore, Wood had a duty to the passengers in every car to drive responsibly and obey the law. Whether or not he performed that duty negligently was for a jury to decide. It does, doesn't it, Deborah Ann? Eve, are you... Oh, Ed. Hey, Eve. Your camera's on. Just so you know. Love
Okay,
you,
hold on.
All right, I can hear you now. Uh-oh, she left. Nobody wants to be up here with me. It does, doesn't it, Deborah Ann? Okay. Yeah. That was the only way I would think he would be responsible, is because he volunteered. Yeah, if they were just all following, if they all knew the way. But yeah, you would expect people to keep up. I know, Eve. Okay. Ready? Okay, she's got her camera off. There we go. I didn't know if you wanted your face up there.
No. Hello, everyone.
Everybody's excited that you're on stage. They're just tired of hearing me talk. They want to hear someone else's voice. Hey, innocent. Glad you could make it. Do you want to come up on panel too? And prove that you're really a man. I don't know why Rose so dead set on that, in spite of all evidence to the contrary. Innocent is not Tim Mullen. Okay. Case 24. College student disobeys her parents. Now, who would think that would happen? Oh, she's 17. I went to college when I was 17, too. Cincinnati, Ohio, 1971. Everybody's happy to see Innocent, too. Hegel v. Langsam. Hegel, a 17-year-old woman from Chicago, was accepted to the University of Cincinnati. She arrived at the height of the campus counterculture of the late 1960s and early 1970s. It did not go well. According to her parents, the university allowed her to associate with criminals, to be seduced, to become a drug user, and to be absent from her dormitory. Holy mackerel. Ooh, awesome. Innocent's going to come up. When her parents asked her to come home, she did not. When the parents asked the school to send her home, it did not. The Hegels accused the school of contributing to the delinquency of a minor and sued for the negligent supervision of their daughter. Do the Hegels win?
No.
I know it. No. I graduated in 1973. From college, Sonia? Okay, I'm looking back at the chat. I graduated in 76. And I graduated from college in 79. High school. Oh. So you're just a little bit 73. Okay. Annabelle says, yes, the Hegels win. In what areas should a university closely supervise its students? I don't know. Does the university really have the responsibility to keep you from illicit behavior? Whatever, Bob. We don't really care. I was born in 1973. At least you didn't say he was born in 1990. Because that would really, I'd have to kick him out then. I guess you're the baby, Bob. Okay. Here we go. Do the Huggles win? We've only had Annabelle's the only one that has the and Misha. We'll say yes. You guys are wrong. Ohio Court of Common Pleas, the Huggles lose. The university is not a parent and has no duty to control the private lives of students. I agree there. Oh. Eve has a daughter your age. Bob? Okay. A university is a place of learning. It has a duty to do many things, such as make the campus safe and help students learn. It does not have the duty to control the private lives and associations of its students. Ooh, the court wrote that the university is neither a nursery school, a boarding school, nor a prison. No one is required to attend. The court said that students who keep up their grades and who follow the school's rules are assumed to have sufficient maturity to conduct their own personal affairs. I like that. I like that one. Personal responsibility. Accepting the consequences of your actions. But when the parents asked to send her home, they should have. I don't know. I don't know. If there was a reason to expel her, I don't know. That's I don't know. This was in 1971. Well, they didn't sue them over that though. They sued them for contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I mean, if the parents can't control her, well, the university doesn't have any, control, any authority over her, I guess. Okay, here we go. Case 25. 13-year-old does not want to be an adult. Cascade Mountains, Washington, 1979. Robinson v. Lindsay and Anderson. 11-year-old Kelly Robinson convinced her parents to let her join the Anderson and Lindsay families on a snowmobiling adventure. I love snowmobiling. My dad used to sell them. 13-year-old Billy Anderson had been using snowmobiles for about 2 years and was towing Robinson, who was riding an inner tube. Well, that's a little dangerous. Oh my God. The tow rope became wrapped around Robinson's thumb and cut it off. Fortunately, it was reattached in 1979. Oh, Sonia, I'm jealous. I've always wanted to go to Washington State. Washington and Oregon. I like rain. cloudy, rainy days. Robinson sued Billy Anderson and the Lindsays, who owned the snowmobile. At the trial, the judge told the jury to hold Anderson to the standard of a reasonable 13-year-old. Okay, we've discussed that in previous cases, if you haven't been here. So a child is held to the standard of a reasonable child of his age. So the case was appealed. Robinson wanted a new trial with new instructions to the jury that Anderson should be held to the standard of an adult, not a child. Does Robinson get a new trial where Anderson is treated as an adult? I would say no. Oh, you guys are all in Washington. How lucky. Welcome, Deborah Ann. What happened to Innocent? She must have had to go to Brazil to get that coffee. Okay.
Oh, well, I was born in Tennessee, and I'm still here in Tennessee.
I'm here. My phone is only 18%. Okay. She's here. Okay, let me try to share the link again without disconnecting myself again. All right. There you go, babe. Cappuccino.
Yeah, I love cappuccino.
I don't drink coffee. I haven't drank
Oh,
coffee
I
since
do.
I was like 4 years old. My grandfather used to give it to me. Something that I think smells really good, but it tastes so bitter.
I like the flavor of coffee.
You do?
Yes, I do. I've got one's got cotton candy in it.
Oh, yuck.
No, it's good. It's just got a little hint of cotton candy. Just a little bit, but it's good.
I like a skinny latte. I don't know what any of these things are. You guys sound like you go to what's it called? You got your camera on. Do you want it on?
I do my coffee at home.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah, I don't really want to have the camera on, but this is me. Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. Welcome, Innocent.
Hello, Amber.
Yeah.
Guilty.
I've just had a haircut the last few days. I went to the Pink concert in Dunedin, and I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. So I had a haircut, got all my curls cut off, but some of them are still there. I just tied it up, got an undercut. So yeah. So this is me. I'm not Tim Mullins. So can you take a good look? Got to get a few screenshots there.
Yeah, he's had a hard time with that.
So I'm going to take the camera off. I'm going to take the camera off. Okay.
That's fine. Thank you. It looks viney there on your porch.
You got me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my rose. Yep, that's my rose. So we're in autumn now. So over here in New Zealand. Yep. Just started in autumn. So if you got any questions, Lisa?
I have a couple of friends in New Zealand, and although one just passed away, but yeah, I was hoping to get there someday. I like that little church. What is it? Little Church of the Bells, or I know it's a big tourist attraction there.
Oh, is that in Christchurch, the cathedral?
Yes.
Absolutely. Christchurch is an amazing place. I've lived there for quite a while. We had the big earthquake.
Oh, that's right.
That was really scary. Very, very scary.
Yes, some people were
Yeah.
stranded out
Do we
there.
get some
Yeah,
big
that was
earthquakes over
terrible.
here? Yes. Christchurch is a beautiful place. That's the kiss.
There's just no place in New Zealand that doesn't have a fabulous view.
Oh, yeah. We've got so much land, so much bare land. It's beautiful. We've got a lot of tourists over here at the moment. Obviously, must be tourist season.
I would love
But yeah,
to.
I love New Zealand. I've only visited Australia one time. Yeah, I seriously, I don't. You guys have got such a problem over there. And I don't mean to be rude in any way, but these missing children's cases is just outstanding. Oh, look, I said something to someone yesterday in chat, like, you search up New Zealand and you check out. I know we've only got like 5-point-something million here, but you search up. When was the last time something like that happened here? You guys are having it over there like every bloody minute. I don't know what's going on over there. And I don't mean to come across rude, when I go into chat sometimes, my language is totally different than your language, it really is. And I don't know where Ro's getting this, that I am Tim Mullins, because I'm bloody not Tim Mullins, okay? And she needs to lay off me, because she started on me last year in June when my mother was going through that. And she needs to lay off, and she needs to tell her subscribers that I am not Tim Mullins and stop calling me Timmy, because I'm getting really fucking frustrated about it. Okay, and I know she's doing it to piss me off, and I'm sorry about my language, but it's really, really, enough's enough. Okay, Ro? You got a link here, you're watching, and Selena, take the link. Let's have it out.
I'll bet Ro is watching, because we're going to discuss
I never brought her children into anything. I never brought her children into anything. I asked a question. That's all it was, Lisa. I asked a question. She was going really hard at the wells. Okay, I am. Hey, I'm protective of them. And what? I live on the other side of the bloody world. Okay? But from what I see, what I heard, and the facts that are out there from TBI, they are innocent. And that's all there is to it. Nobody can make me change my mind. Nobody's going to make me change my mind. I stand strong on it with them, and that's it. I'm standing my ground, and that's it. You can try and take me out all you like. It's just not going to work. I think for myself. Okay, I think for myself. No one else is ever going to change my mind. So, yeah. Sorry about the swearing, Lisa. I do apologise for that.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I have no idea what. I'm sorry, but I don't know what the chat's saying, because I can't read it. And I'm not reading it. So I will go back on this.
Oh, they're saying they love your accent. Bob said hi. Annabelle said hi, Tim.
Oh, hi, Bob. Hi. Oh, Tim said that, and that's another thing, like some people go, because, I have said, and they've heard Ro go, she's still now will still stand ground on what she's saying, and she'll still say that I am Tim Mullins, and that I've got a wig on, and that I got that Tim got a sister, and all this shit.
I don't think Tim
they totally want me to dox myself. The whole idea of, I know why they're doing this. They want to take me out because I'm strong.
You might be right. I hadn't thought about that, but you might be. And I don't know why.
They try to take the strongest ones out, Lisa. I already know.
Oh,
I know their game.
That's Ro. Knowledge is power, Deborah Ann. She's on Innocent. She also made several videos about me, saying I was a pedophile, and I took my children and lived with the Wells in Arkansas, and I'm like, I don't have children.
She said that? Oh, Lisa, I didn't know she said that.
I'm wondering
so bad.
Oh, yeah, she had me confused with Lisa Jutton. Her mods were all telling her wrong Lisa, and she, doubled down on it. Huh?
Sassy Fred?
Yeah.
Sassy Fred, the one on PG's panel?
Yeah.
She got you mixed up with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was really peed off the other day when I heard in Cher's chat and Cher's going on about Summer and how Summer was drugged up and she's on drugs and Summer was feeling up Robin and all this sort of nonsense.
Yes.
That is disgusting. She should never have done that. And Rose sitting there and agreeing with her and they're like, and I was like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah, and they should never have gotten on the subject of Rose Bly, I'll tell you, because that.
Oh my
Neither one
God,
of them,
I know. And you're protective of her. You are protective of her. I couldn't believe it when they started going. I was like, oh my God. And I seen that picture that you put up on your community of Rose. Oh, what a gorgeous picture. I tell you what, as soon as I seen that, I thought of Summer. I looked and I thought, oh, wow. She looks just like Candace there too. Man, when I seen that photo. And how old was Rose then?
That was about, I would say, 13, maybe 12.
13. Oh,
12 or 13. Yeah, that's one that Chris sent me.
Yeah, that's beautiful. The other thing that got me with Cher the other day was when she went through all this and then they turned around and put that little girl up, right? That little wee girl, Lily.
Yes, Lily.
Yes. And then they started slowing it all down and there was a dog in the background. Well, she's turning around saying that some guy's humping, someone's humping. Like, what the heck?
You could see the collar on the dog. You can even see the dog's face for just a second. And like, so we're getting off the subject of my cases here, but you know,
I'm so sorry.
That makes you wonder about her judgment with those pictures that Don allegedly sent her. Remember when she had Justin on there and they had to turn those into the DBI?
She was on Miss Chewy's that night, that one. Was that the one?
No, it was Cher. And she had Justin on and they sent those, they wouldn't show the pictures, but.
To be fair, I actually don't watch Cher. I did follow her right at the beginning when she had Dawn up there. But once she flip-flopped, that was it. I was out of there. Oh, I'm not standing around. And it's the same with most creators. Once they flip-flopped, it was like, nah, because I sort of followed Don and Candace around wherever they sort of went, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Liking to watch chats, even though I got blocked in most of them. In fact, I am blocked in most of them still now, and those creators have actually blocked me in chat, so when they come in, I can't see them, and I only know that they're in there by the chat saying hello to blah blah, or I see their name on screen, but most creators have got me blocked in chats.
Hey,
and yeah.
Welcome, Wondering Hearts. Well, yeah, I'm blocked from Shares, even though I'm a paying member.
Well, what do you really?
Yeah, but then I can still see the member stuff. She was talking about how stupid I am and she'll take my money. I'm like,
well, see this, I'm just looking now at this avatar and it's just plain white. It's got it doesn't even say anything about it's being innocent until proven guilty. It doesn't even show my name.
No,
you know what I mean?
It doesn't show any of us.
Yeah, so there you go. So, she'll go, blah blah. Oh, well, there you go. I'm sorry, but I think this might be my fourth panel I've been on. I'm not. I had no intentions of ever going on a panel. I really didn't. But once people started saying that I was Tim Mullins, it sort of, it got to me. And then when hearing those videos of that woman doing that to me, I was like, nah. And all I asked her was, does she have a permit? Because we are not allowed to carry over here. We're not allowed to carry over here. We don't carry weapons at all. We're not allowed to. But her videos were very threatening. Her threat were very threatening. And my mind started working overtime. And then when she said that she was going to go to the Wells house and she was going to go magnet fishing and she sits there sharpening knives and shit like that. well, my mind starts going overtime, and I did comment, but not that many times. But she can show all these so-called things that I'm supposedly saying or said. I want to see them, but she needs to just let it go now. Let it go. Tell your subscribers that I'm not Tim Mullins and stop making a bloody mockery of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's give it up. She's done it. It's done. Okay, so let's get back to our cases here. You're welcome.
Okay, sweetheart. Well, I'm going to drop down, Lisa,
Okay.
and cheers, sweetheart, and take care, and thanks, everybody.
Thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Okay. So back to our case here. Robinson's thumb was cut off. She thinks that Anderson should be held to the standard of an adult, not a child. What do you think? Look at all the love coming to everybody. Eve, you're getting some hearts. Annabelle, nobody's sending me any hearts. Nobody gives me any love. Eve, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here, honey.
Okay. Got a different accent.
Yeah. Hillbilly accent.
Yes, it was very nice for Innocent to go up there and talk. I've asked her a couple times. Oh, look, and I'm getting some love. Thanks, Annie B. Thanks, Deborah Ann.
I always give you love when I come in chat.
I know you do. You do. You're awesome, Eve, and always welcome. Okay. So let's see. Nobody's going to guess here. Surprise me. Supreme Court of Washington. Robinson wins and gets a new trial. Love you too, Deborah Ann. Anderson treated as an adult. When children are permitted to use dangerous machines, they are held to the standard of an adult. That's interesting. Thanks, Innocent. Under most circumstances, such as riding a bicycle, a 13-year-old boy is held to the standard of behavior that you would expect of a reasonable 13-year-old. But the court said that there are exceptions, such as when the child drives a powerful mechanized vehicle or engages in another activity that's inherently dangerous. In those cases, children should be held to an adult standard of care. That's interesting. Oh, sweetie, you don't have to apologize. I didn't even notice. So there you go. But then I was a truck driver, so. The law sees no difference whether the adult drives or hands the keys to children. Adults need to supervise children in dangerous activities. Boats, snowmobiles, and cars are dangerous. Children do not get a pass to use them like a child. That's interesting. Here we thought a child only had to... It was slipped in. Yeah, I didn't hear any bad language. I really didn't. Innocent, you're fine. Okay. Case 26. Physician says heal thyself. Patient dies. This should be interesting. Mace, Indiana. Anybody from Indiana? 1901, Hurley v. Edenfield. Dr. Edenfield was a physician in Indiana. He was the family doctor for the decedent, which is a legal word for the person who died. The not yet dead decedent was very sick and could get no other doctors, so he sent a messenger to Edenfield. The messenger offered the doctor prepayment for services and asked the doctor to come to the decedent's house. Edenfield refused the money and, without any reason whatsoever, refused to come to the sick man's aid. The decedent died. Hurley, who was in charge of the decedent's estate, sued Edenfield for the death. Does Hurley win?
No.
Yeah, I would say no either. I don't think he has a...
You know I'm bad at these things.
Oh, Annabelle says yes, Hurley wins. I say Hurley doesn't win because Edenfield did not have a duty to treat Hurley. Now it said, would it be different if Edenfield went to his house and then halfway through the treatment gave back the money and left? Yes, that would be different. But he did never treat him. So, okay, let's see. Supreme Court of Indiana. Hurley loses. Sorry, Annabelle. A doctor does not have a duty to practice medicine whenever asked. Eve, you were right. You win.
Yay! All right.
Hey, Eve. This is an example of a general rule in the United States. A person is not required to help someone else. Oh, Annabelle's sad. However, once a person begins to help, they then have a duty to help to the standard of a reasonable person in their position. Yay, Eve. So it's within Edenfield's legal right to refuse to work. However, he would be liable if he started treating someone and then walked away. And that's why some people don't help in an emergency, because they don't want to be sued later. Now, I would help. How could you not help? Some people don't have a conscience, though, so. Okay. Case 27. Day laborer Flores, stung through bee suit, dies. Okay, I can't wait to hear this. What was he doing in a bee suit if he's allergic to bees? Willacy County, Texas. I would help. I would help. I would definitely help too. Okay, 2006. Flores v. Wilhelm and others. A young man's last job moving beehives in Texas, just north of the Mexican border. John Black, a commercial beekeeper, bought 14 beehives from Curtis Wilhelm, who had kept them as a hobby. Somebody was just giving away beehives. I think it was Nature Lover. She was going to give away beehives. Black hired Santos Flores to help him move the hives. Disclaimer on the bee suit. Flores was not an employee of Black's business, but was hired for that day's work. Okay, so he's a day laborer. Black provided Flores with a beekeeper suit. Okay. But did not warn him of the risk of dying from a bee sting. Anaphylactic shock resulting from a bee sting is potentially life-threatening and affects 3 in 100 adults. I didn't know it was that common, most of whom don't know they're at risk. I guess you wonder how old this guy was. They picked up the hives from Wilhelm, who had a degree in entomology and had owned hives for 5 years. Wilhelm did not warn Black or Flores about the life-threatening danger of being stung. Beekeeper suits are not completely effective. Bees can sting through them. The jury determined that this is what happened. The consequence was that Flores went into anaphylactic shock and died before the ambulance arrived. Oh, I'm allergic too, but not deathly. I do have an EpiPen. Flores' family sued Black and Wilhelm for their failure to warn. Does Flores win against Wilhelm, who sold the hives to Black?
I don't think so.
No.
They had a bee suit and stuff, so I don't know.
Flores, Black. Okay, does Flores win against Wilhelm? Absolutely. Oh, look, everybody's saying yes, yes. I don't think so. Does Flores win against? Not. I wouldn't think Wilhelm. Does Flores win against Black, who hired Flores to move the hives? Now that would be, he would be more likely, I would think. to win against Black because Black was the one that provided him with the suit. Black's the one that hired him. Wilhelm didn't hire him. Was this risk foreseeable? Did Flores assume the risk of injury? That's kind of hard to say. How could you not know that a bee sting could be dangerous? I don't know. Is there anyone here that wouldn't know that? Okay, Supreme Court of Texas. Flores wins against Black, loses to Wilhelm. I was right. Okay, thanks, innocent. Goodbye. Have a good, whatever it is you're having right now. Day? Must be if you just had coffee. Do you think so, Annie? Well, Black breached his duty to warn Flores about the risks of bee stings. Yeah, I guess if that was your business. Yeah, nowadays you have to have warning labels on everything, right? The court thought that if you're a commercial beekeeper, you know that bee stings pose a life-threatening danger to 3% of the population, so it's your duty to warn your employees. The court thought a 3% chance of anaphylactic shock was common enough to be foreseeable. Flores did not assume the risk of injury because Black did not warn him. That's a good point. Wilhelm, on the other hand, had no duty to Flores because Flores worked for Black. Wilhelm did not control him, inspect his beekeeping suit, or tell him how to act around bees. I agree with that decision. Yes, we will no longer call you Tim. Thanks for stopping. Hopefully, people can see you now. I got confused with the names, but Black knew and did not disclose in the safety meeting. Yes, that's correct. Okay, 2 more cases, and then we'll get to Rose Meyer. Case 28. Man's burnt lip develops cancer.
Yeah.
Glaucus Ironworks, Poplar, Texas. No, Poplar, England, sorry. I always thought you were innocent. You're innocent of being Tim. There we go. This is 1961. Smith v. Leech Brain and Company. Leech Brain. Small precautions can save lives. William Smith was employed by Leech Brain and Company to operate a crane that dipped steel and iron into molten zinc. This process protects the metal from rusting. The measures the company had taken to protect crane operators was not sufficient. One day, as Smith leaned out of his crane cabin to hear instructions, he was splattered with molten zinc. Now that would hurt. One of the drops landed on Smith's lower lip, burning him. He was treated for the burn. Unfortunately, his lip had precancerous cells that became cancerous as a result of the accident. The cancer spread from his lip and, despite 6 operations, killed him within 4 years. His widow, Mary Smith, sued Leech Brain for the loss of income to the family resulting from her husband's premature death. Does Smith win? I'm going to say...
Yes.
What'd you say?
I said yes.
I think so too. Yes. There's Deborah Ann, did he have protective clothes on? Well, It said the measures were not sufficient. Was Smith also at fault? Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Workman's comp. Workman's comp would be paying him while he was off. Okay, there's a saying in negligence law that you take your victim. We haven't got to the BS yet, Chris. We're getting to that in a minute. You take your victim as you find him. Oh yeah, I forgot to say hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. So I would say yes, that Smith does win, because even though he had the precancerous cells, which you would not have known, you take your victim as you find them. So I would say yes. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to lose your wrench if you don't straighten up there. High Court of Justice, Queen's Bench Division. Smith wins. Leach Brain negligently failed to protect Smith and is liable for all consequences of the burn. The court thought that Smith was not negligent. He was acting as a reasonable person would while doing that job. It was the company that was negligent for not taking the small precaution of putting up a barrier to protect Smith from splashing molten zinc. The burn was a foreseeable consequence of that negligence. The question then becomes whether the company is responsible for all the unforeseeable consequences of that burn. When it comes to personal injury, the rule is that you take the plaintiff or person suing as you find them. Yep, which is what I just said. The level of the injury does not need to be foreseeable, only the injury itself. Normally, a small burn would be no problem, but if a small burn on Smith turns into cancer and death, then Leach Brain is going to owe for all costs stemming from its negligence. Okay, one more case. Explosion rocks Bellows Falls. This is in Bellows Falls, Vermont. I've been to Vermont. No, I've been to New Hampshire.
I've been to New Hampshire.
You've been to New Hampshire? It's pretty there.
Years ago. Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. I would love to live there too. Bellows Falls, Vermont, 1931, Exner v. Sherman Power Construction Company. The Sherman Power Construction Company was building a hydroelectric dam in Bellows Falls, Vermont. It was temporarily storing 1,000 pounds of dynamite in a warming hut. The dynamite needed to be warm before it could be used. I didn't know that. For the dynamite to be warm enough to use, the warming hut had to be close to the job site and necessarily close to Bellows Falls. Vermont's deputy fire marshal had approved the hut's location and the quantities stored in it. 3 workers were moving the dynamite when it exploded. Oh my goodness. Killing them, atomizing the hut, wrecking nearby houses, and hurling townsfolk to the ground. God, I haven't skied since high school. Yeah, I can see why too, Annie B. The Exner's house was severely damaged and Mrs. Exner was thrown out of bed. Vermont law forbade keeping dynamite within 275 yards of a house. The Exner's house was 310 yards from the explosion. This made their legal situation different from the many businesses and homes that were closer than 275 yards. The Exners sued Sherman Power Construction Company for their injuries and damage to their home. Do the Exners win? I would
Not sure.
say no. I don't know. I would say no.
I think I'll go with no too.
They were beyond the legal limit, right? Misha says yes. Annie says no. Was Sherman Power negligent? Could the explosion have been caused by the company that made and boxed the dynamite and not the Sherman Power workers? Well, kind of hard to tell at this point. I don't think it matters because their house was still beyond the legal limit, right? Uh-oh.
What?
Exeter wins. This is United States Court of Appeals. Sherman Power is strictly liable for damages because dynamite is so dangerous. Some activities are considered so dangerous that it does not matter whether there was negligence. Handling explosives is one of those activities. The court said that even though Sherman Power followed the law and took reasonable precautions, it was still liable for injuries and property damage beyond Vermont's 275-yard radius. In general, companies that do ultra-hazardous work assume all the liability from accidents. Because one accident can bankrupt a company, companies normally buy insurance and charge extra to cover the cost. I wonder what happened to that company. Wow, there's a lot of damage from that. I got one right, Misha says.
Yay, Misha.
Okay. Who is with me on panel? That is the marvelous Eve Hickam Gorley. Don't you even know your fellow mods, Chris? Come on, get with it. Okay, so now we're going to switch over to Rose Meyer. Now, this is a response to AB, who does not have a channel at the moment. It disappeared today or yesterday because I'm on so much. Annabelle, was that just today? I get my days mixed up. Anyway, yeah, AB's channel is off the air at the moment. He's broadcasting from his watchdog, his bird camera channel. So
I don't watch him.
You don't watch him?
No, I don't like AB.
He likes to make fun of people. He can be funny. Sometimes he's just mean. So we're going to go over the particulars in Rose Meyer's, the interview that she gave to Chasing Truth. Tracy Ann's True Crime? No. And he was saying that the GoFundMe was a scam. That Rose Meyer is a well-known criminal, and on and on. Just slanderous and 100% false. So let's go over this. How were you involved in Rosie's case? And we're talking about her and Rose Bly's case here. Boy, Deborah Ann, that was quick. Yes. He can be funny. He can be funny when he's talking about somebody that I don't like. But if he's talking about somebody I do like, he's just nasty. There you go. Okay. Somehow I became a voice for her mom. She had reporters calling me, and I stepped up to the plate. She asked me to go with her to see her grandbabies that Monday, so I did. When she learned no investigator would be on the case until Tuesday, together we worked to get flyers made and posted as fast as we could. We had them up before the investigator even contacted the family. Eve, you can come back. Oh my God. I'm glad that you did that because I do that all the time. So here's one thing that Roe. So when we're talking about Roe, we're talking about knowledge is power, Roe. In case someone here doesn't know, she was on Shares, and they were sharing a lot of misinformation. Oh, Eve, what if I knock myself off again now? Like I want to do. Why won't it? Uh-oh. It won't let me post the link. Uh-oh. Okay, just a minute. How am I going to do this? You'll take over. Okay, just a second. We're trying to get Eve back up. Just a minute. Guests. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. Just a minute. No. Yay. Yeah, Chris, you come up too. Okay, so one of the things that Ro was saying to Sheer was how fishy that was because she was okay, you're back, Eve.
Yeah, I'm back.
Saying how fishy it was that Candy had to run right over there quickly the next day to see Rose's two girls, to quick talk to them before the investigator got there. Like when Don pulled Josie aside at the foster home to talk to him. So, she was intimating that Candy was trying to get the girl's story straight. Okay, so the girls whose stories she was trying to get straight were, would you say, Chris, 15 months and 6 months? They're babies. They don't need to get their story straight. That doesn't even make any sense. That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Sorry. Okay, 7 and 18 months. So she didn't go over there to tell them to get their story straight. I don't care what Rose says. Okay, let's go on. One of the first flyers was seen the next day, and Candy arrived home from the press release done by Polk County Sheriff's Department to a call from a town resident saying they thought they found the car. Candy called me saying, "No way. I just drove past that lot on my way down. The license plate didn't match the report, but it was Rosie's car. Had it been there since Saturday night? No one knows." Well, I don't believe it was there since Saturday night. Someone missed the cameras. Now they don't shut up. Do your girls have YouTube accounts, Chris? Maybe they'll come up on panel. We'll hear what they say about you. Okay, that was a citizens patrol person. You know those old folks they hire to go around and give handicap parking tickets? That was like one of the people that found the car. Wandering Hearts, what did you want to ask? Oh. Wandering Hearts, what did you want to ask Eve? Are you still here? Okay. I'm looking for the video. Don and Grandis going to Wisconsin. I posted that. No, that's okay, Wondering Hearts. It's alive, and it said new breaking information or important information or something. I'll go back and find it and let you know. Allegedly, Don is in Minnesota. I'm wondering if it's the same area previously. I haven't heard about Don being in Minnesota. Why is he in Minnesota? I don't know. I guess we'll have to ask White Boy. Okay. How close are you and Candy? We have known each other for about 13 years. Once the case died out and I left my position due to a workplace injury, our contact faded. Since 2011, we had only been casual Facebook friends. We met face to face once when she was back in the state with her camper for the 10-year mark of Rosie's disappearance in 2019. I drove to Grantsburg to give her a hug. Brooks had a message sent regarding Summer. Oh. Brooks. Yeah, she's posted some things that are not true lately. I don't know why. If Bob was here, he'd back me up. Okay, how did you learn about Summer? A notification on Facebook. Someone had tagged me to the Help Find Rose Bly group. I saw her post in there. I sent a PM to Candy asking if it was true. Then we started video calls back and forth. So see, she's hasn't been Candy's close friend all this time. Have you been to Tennessee? Yes, with drive time. It was 4 days. Why did you go to Tennessee? Bob here to back me up about Brooks. Yep. Bob's caught her in even more incorrect things than I have. There were a number of reasons crawling up inside me as we stayed in contact in messages, voice calls, and video calls. Both Candy and Candace weren't eating or sleeping and afraid to fall asleep and miss any news on Summer. Both were beyond speaking in complete sentences by week's end. That Sunday, I started the Summer Wells Family Support Group. Law enforcement was there almost constantly. I could see and hear them in the video calls. I saw the helicopters as they flew above a nearby hill and over the property as they turned their phones so I could see. Yeah, we drug Bob away from. No. I'm not going to say anything because that's old history. Why did you start the GoFundMe? Okay, because people are saying she started the GoFundMe in Rose's case also. Rose, there was no GoFundMe in 2009 when Rose went missing. There wasn't a rummage sale organized. And on the Find Rose Bly group, they were asking for donations. They rented a building. and they raised $2,000 approximately. And that was with cans set out in businesses too. And I think there's $1,200 left still in the bank. The rest of it went to hire a private investigator who later killed himself. And Kathy, I only lack 5 in the Northwest. Wow. Did you just come back to us? Okay. So once I arrived, it was easy to see these folks were dirt poor. Law enforcement had taken everyone's phones, so there was that expense just to buy cheap replacements so they could stay in contact with anyone until they were returned. Dad wasn't working, pay wasn't coming in. Their fridge is cute, but not much bigger than a dorm size. The nearest place I saw to get a gallon of milk was about 12 miles away. They only bought a gallon or 2 at a time, depending on how much shelf space they had. Gas isn't free, and with school out, more groceries would be needed. No paycheck
It's not
means
Amazon.
what?
I think some Kathy's messages in chat.
Kathy's behind. Oh, she must
Yeah,
be.
I know.
She must have. She must have had to duck out for a minute. No cell service, no TV, no link to the world beyond their property lines without money. We didn't even get started on the GoFundMe until that Thursday, until I was there and saw the need. So I know she set the GoFundMe up. People reported it. GoFundMe investigated it and reinstated it because it was legit. I'm trying to see where I was here. Okay, did you know Candace or Don? No, I met both for the first time that Wednesday. Have you shared the reward fund? If not, why? We had considered starting one ourselves and we're busy checking into the details. This isn't 2009, and to do it right isn't easy. In fact, the sheriff never bothered to return my call. He hasn't returned anyone's call that I know of. And we needed his approval first and foremost. We did share it once we were able to verify it was legitimate. It wasn't our project, and we were grateful when it was started. That was the reward fund that the not the sheriff, but who started that? The one at Civis Bank. Tim Coop. Okay. We have a group. Wait. Oh, she's asking the family. We have a group who created numerous flyers. She has shared with us in other groups. Jan, which is Jan Vandermeer, contacted a local printer in the area, and anyone can pick up free flyers to post. There is an anonymous member in our group paying for free postage up to $10 shipping fee. Okay, AB said that Jan Vandermeer was a sock account for Rose Meyer, and I can verify that. That is also not true. Jan Vandermeer is a actual real person. Why support the family? Why not? They have passed polygraphs. They have sat for interviews with law enforcement. The boys have been interviewed by specialists. Both parents have done TV interviews. They have let every single law enforcement walk the homeland and search on multiple occasions. No warrants were asked for. If that doesn't say find my child, what does? Now, Rose, you got to think at this time, Rose was behind the wells. Do you feel the family is involved in Summer's disappearance? I guess that's another thread to why I went down. I had never met Candace nor Don. I hadn't been much in contact with Candy in nearly a decade. I needed my boots on the ground to see the area, meet the family, know that law enforcement was really doing their job, to let my gut decide face to face if there was anything sending bad vibes. Don and I don't exactly care for each other, but that's understandable. Yeah, that's an understatement. I was a stranger he met in the middle of a family crisis. I am 100% certain nothing the family did or didn't do led to Summer vanishing without a trace? No, but no one is. Do I have my own theory? Yes. Is my theory valid? In my opinion, more than most floating around on Facebook and YouTube. Yet she ran me down. Yeah. Bob, it was such a day on Brooks. I'm just curious as to why he would be there. Okay, I'll check it out after this, Wondering Hearts. So Don told Brooks he was, I don't know. Why would Don talk to Brooks anyway? Okay. Have you been threatened? Yes, there are plenty of trash talkers saying they are hunting me down, that they will find me, my phone number, my kids' phone numbers. They will post all my public info and crawl so far up my ass. It's insane. Well, they do that to everybody that supports the wells, don't they? My entire team is on lockdown. A few have quit when the threats began. I had to tell my friends and family if contacted, they reached the wrong number, threatening to sue me for what I have no clue. Yeah, I don't think Don, White Boy called and asked him a couple of short questions and Don answered, but I don't know what he would be doing in Minnesota. Working? Have they checked people from the church? I assume that one branch of law enforcement has, only they can confirm. Ask them. Have you met anyone from the church? Yes, I met David Dotson. He had taken the boys mini golfing when we went to the bank to set up an account in Candace's name for the GoFundMe. Yeah, Candace didn't even have a bank account. He was also there to drop off meals sent up from teachers, church members, which were left, I think, at the command center a few miles from home. And I heard that the searchers had so many things donated to them that they shared some with the wells too. Okay, so I think that's all of that. I don't know. Could be, Sonia. I don't know. I think Candace. Yes. I think Candace does. Has some knowledge. I think Candy knows more than what she says. Actually, she said she did, so I believe her there. Don? I don't know. Okay, here's people saying Rose Meyer was Candy's girlfriend. That's absolutely incorrect. She was never Candy's girlfriend. She's also not Rose Bly. She's much older than, about twice as old as Rose Bly. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to figure out why no one thinks it was allegedly a Facebook message from Dawn to someone. She received the screenshot. Okay, well, I'll go look, Wondering Hearts. I'm kind of curious now. Trying to figure out why no one thinks Candace's phone interview on day 6 isn't a big deal. Is that the one that she gave to, not Ashley, but who was the other girl that did the news at the beginning? Do you remember, Eve?
No, I don't remember right now. I'm trying to think, honey.
I just watched it too. She had
Was
an
it
accent. She had quite an accent.
I think it was Ashley or somebody like that. I think it was.
No, Ansley Daniels, but she was a little. Yeah, she did a phone interview with, what's her name? I just watched it. She has an accent. She had an Asian name, I think. She did some interviews at the beginning, and I know I tweeted her. I can't think, but then no, not Ansley Daniels, the other one, Misha. Oh, did Ansley do the phone interview? Okay.
That's what I thought. Well, I called her Ashley, but I mean Angela. I couldn't pronounce her name.
Yeah, there's another. Not the one with the accent. Okay. Now I'm going back to. For some reason, somebody posted a. Okay, so here, Miss Sassafras,
Oh my.
the other Lisa, she said that Ernie said that Candace that Summer fell and hit her head on a rock at Warriors, and Candace took Summer to Dawn, and Dawn finished her off with a hammer.
Yes, I see that. That pissed me off.
She repeated that over and over and over again in Cher's chat. And like, I don't know why they left that even up there. Sometimes I wonder. I've seen them accuse the boys of things, and I'm like, why, where are the mods? Why aren't they deleting that stuff? That shouldn't even be up there. Sometimes the mods are worse than some people's mods are terrible. Thank goodness my mods are awesome. Hi, Alicia. I know it was, yeah. She repeated at least 3 times because I took screenshots.
We don't pay any attention to Sassafras because we know how she is.
We do, but she acts like she knows everything.
I know she spreads so much misinformation out there. It's unreal.
She does. Pam Tate does too, though. Okay, so here, find Summer's truth. I always found it strange that Rose Meyer was helping with both Rose Bly and Summer's GoFundMe. She didn't help with. Well, we just went through the interview, so there wasn't a GoFundMe. She helped with Summers. Candace said that, and it had like $100 or $150 in it, I think. Candace said she didn't want the money anyway, so Rose got mad and she shut it down, and she had GoFundMe refund everybody's money. Lemon Lime and Bittersweet is here?
Yes, she's here.
Yes. Welcome. Hello. Yes. Bianca Murray. Yes. Thank you. I don't know where she went. She must have transferred or something. Yeah, she was there right at the beginning. And I just watched an interview with her yesterday. I know they're not so theories. Yes. I saw someone in shares say that, he's pretty sure that they ate Summer. What? What? Just another wacko.
Yep, you get a lot of those on YouTube.
Excuse me. Yeah, you said that they took Summer off the Amber Alert list. I don't know. I didn't look. They did once before too, but maybe they're just updating it. I don't know. I agree about Brooks. Yeah, Brooks. Yeah, I'm not going to say right now, but I could blow a lot of people out of the water, but I don't. I think about, here's John Davis True Crime. I think about Rose a lot and can't help but wonder if she was found, would Summer be missing? Well, I can't say what would happen, but I know that Rose disappearing has nothing to do with Summer disappearing. So, why isn't, this is Where's Summer? Why isn't Grandis out on these streets advocating hard and heavy for her own missing daughter and her granddaughter? She does advocate for Rose quite heavily. She's in contact with law enforcement. I know, I agree. Chris, you and the girls deserve an answer. And I haven't given up. And I do have someone helping me now. Okay.
Don't ever give up. It's always hope.
Yeah, I'm not going to give up. They're going to do something. And I'm not done fighting for that. Okay, so she has advocated for Rose. What I agree with is that she has not advocated for Summer like she has for Rose.
I wonder why.
Yeah, that is a valid question, and I have asked people that myself. Yeah. Why isn't she?
I mean, that's her granddaughter. I mean, yeah.
Yes. She hasn't said much of anything, actually. Okay, so this is from used to be Dee Presents. Now she's called her Slop. Shit left on a plate. And yeah, I agree with that. She posted a couple of stories that Rose Meyer wrote for a writing contest, and they were just fiction. But I don't know if she's trying to say that there was something odd about that or something. She was trying to win some money to put towards the search. People are saying, oh, yes, this is Rose Meyer's statement. No, it's not. It was a fictional story for a contest. So if you saw that, let's see. Lisa, do you have an email? Yes, it is justiceforrose@aol.com. It's listed in my description. Okay, didn't the Wells have several burner phones and not all phones were handed over to law enforcement? That I don't know.
I think they did.
Could have. Candace said there was one she didn't hand over, right? I think
Yeah,
Don only
in my
had.
opinion, no.
I think Don only had one phone, and Candy only had one phone. Now, how many phones Candace had? I have no idea. She's pretty sly. Oh, here people are saying that those stories that Rose wrote should be sent to TBI. Whatever. I always thought Rose Meyer is Rose Bly. They look the same. And Dee said, I made a video about that. And she did too. Rose Meyer is like in her 60s, and Rose Bly would be 34, I think. Rose Meyer is not Rose Bly. Rose Meyer's well known around Grantsburg. She has grandchildren, and she's a go-getter. She's a very the first person to respond to an emergency or a disaster. She does disaster relief. She's just a helper. And to think that she's a criminal or trying to, I don't know, she's organized and good at what she does. And Candy doesn't want to speak. And obviously Candace didn't want to speak, so I agree with you, Usya. And that'll be something I ask when I go there. Why the hell? And the FBI even has incorrect information on their posters still. And they haven't even updated, the contact information. Lisa Ditlison, she's been gone forever, and they still have her email on there. Why are you asking people to send tips into an email that isn't even active anymore? It's like nobody cares, and I agree with that. Okay, so let's see. They're saying that Candy's not allowed to see any of her grandchildren. And that's something that Sharon Rowe were saying. Candy had hidden charges, and no, she doesn't. She does not have any charges. She doesn't have a record. She doesn't have a sealed record. She doesn't have any record of abuse. I think we all know where that came from. So her not being able to see her grandchildren was her not, I don't know if Chris is still in here, but he wanted her to be fully involved in the girls' lives and be a grandmother, and she chose not to. And then as far as her other grandchildren in Wisconsin, that's their parents' choice to not have Candy in touch with them. So it's nothing legal. She's not in any abuse list. That's
Well, I
another.
know Don put it out there that she was not allowed to see her grandkids. He didn't say
Yeah.
why.
What is Don? Yeah, she isn't, but it doesn't have anything to do with legally. I don't know. Somehow people just assumed that and started spreading it. Oh, Dee sent the helicopter video too. That doctored helicopter video to TBI. My goodness. Okay. Yes. Who is from South Africa, Kathy? I'm lost now. Okay, so here we are. Share, yes, Rose Meyer did hook Kathy up with Candace. That is true. They were in the missing children's group, and Kathy was from the area, so Rose thought she might be helpful to Candace. Maybe she was. She tried to help her apply for aid and get a store shopping cart and different things. But, that was kind of wasted effort because Candace didn't want to follow through.
Nobody can help Candace. She don't want to
No,
be
you
helped.
can't help. You can't help. Oh, Bianca Murray was from South Africa.
That's in
Thank you.
my opinion.
Yes. Yeah, you can't help. Well, it's just like an addict. You can't help people that don't want help, right?
What I just said, yeah, you can't. It just don't work.
They have to want to help themselves. But, there's nothing odd about that. This was all done through Facebook. She didn't send her there for some nefarious purpose. No updates. I'm sure they're not too happy that I even said that, but I don't know. We were kind of hoping that he'd left a note, but what are the chances that the note made it off the reservation into law enforcement's hands? If he did leave a note, I know he was on the phone to his best friend when he did it, which is kind of a shitty thing to do to your friend, I think, but that's just me. Let's see. Some people think that it is, well, some people, Cher and Roe, think it's odd that Rose Meyer was there in both cases. But yet they're also saying that Josh was the inspector that was the interviewer that called Don in jail and interviewed him about the cases in Utah. So we know that that's not true either. Let's see. Boy, they all oh my god. Yeah. Oh, you did a list. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, they're asking how Rose Meyer learned about candy. Okay, here's Don. He did sound, I'll admit. He had some words that, and the way of speaking, that did sound a little like Josh. I'll admit that. Okay, here they're talking about Don. They weren't as broke as they let on because Don went to Knoxville, bought $2,000 worth of cocaine, and passed it out in his neighborhood just to prove to TBI that he was not broke. Who believes that? Who believes that Don went to Knoxville and passed out $2,000 worth of cocaine with the police watching him?
I
Don's
never believed that.
Don's a liar. He'd like you to think that he's some big, bad cartel guy. And I still see people bringing up that fake bank receipt where Candace allegedly had, what was it, $90,000 in her account. That thing is so fake. I have a screenshot of it. You can see 90,000 or whatever is doesn't even all fit on the receipt. You can see it's fake.
Well, you know who put that out?
No. Who was it? Candace?
No. It was another creator, but I don't want to say her name because I don't want her coming after you.
Hmm.
You know who I'm talking about.
I don't know, but you can tell me later.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think exactly what would that have proved. I don't know. According to okay. I think I got you, Eve.
Yeah, that's the one that put it out there.
Because I was just gonna say, PG said that Don never went to Knoxville. He was actually hiding in the basement. He was hiding in the basement, talking to her on the phone the whole entire time. I've heard her say that many, many times, which was kind of odd because Benny was there that whole time. And Candace, Candy, the kids. Weren't the kids there then? No, the kids were gone. But like Benny didn't notice that Don was in the basement. He didn't notice that Don's truck was still out there. They asked the police to track the truck.
I didn't believe that neither.
That he was gone, or that they asked the police?
No, about the basement thing, but her
No.
talking to him all the time.
Oh, that's yeah, that was fake.
Whoa, Lord.
Oh, here we got Dunwell saying they just got Summer back again. Here's D pushing that again. I made a video about it. I think Carrie Moody, everybody should sub up to her. I think she just did a video about it too. Her criminology. Played the whole thing. Hi, Toaster. Welcome. He was talking to Ziggy. He said, suppose your daughter, your lovely daughter that you just got back, people were telling you they kidnapped her or something. Wouldn't you want to kill them? And she said, yeah. I mean, that was all. People don't play the whole thing. They just cut out a little clip, which if you notice, a lot of creators do that. Cut out. Do. Yeah, they clip out a little bit, take it out of context, and then say that people said yes. Yeah, Don very clearly. Yeah. I mean, Ziggy and he were talking back and forth, so he never said yes. Oh, here's something about me. That Smurf person that I blocked. She said I've done this with at least 10 other cases. I get involved with the families and become some sort of expert. It's a borderline obsession with me. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that I have 100 different sock accounts on YouTube. Someone said that I change my high school to the high school of the person in the case I'm following, and say that we went to the same school.
Oh my.
People say they've seen me on cases I don't even know. I never followed like the Watts case. Never followed that. They said I was all over that. That was before my time, I think.
Oh, that was a terrible case.
No, I didn't follow that at all. I know one of the little girls' names is Cece, right? That's about all I know about
Cece and Bella.
Oh, yeah, and I'm Chris Larson. I'm also Don's niece.
Yes, I've heard that about you, about the Christopher thing.
Yeah, Chris and I are the same person. Don's niece. What else have I heard? God, I don't know. I'm a medium because I subscribe to. That was the big thing on Facebook because I've subscribed to Medium. You know that writing platform? I actually was going to write some stories, but then I started this channel, so I didn't do that. But somebody Googled my name and it came up that I was a member of that medium. So then she started telling everybody I was a medium. People, if I said it was a medium, people wouldn't ask me for receipts, would they? If you're me, please go to my job in the morning. No way. Oh my God. Bob says, I was listening to a couple fairy tales yesterday that used the voices of Don and Candace, and it sounded like they were really telling the stories. Oh my God. You know, AI is a scary thing, I think, because you can make it look like anybody says anything. I played around with it with a filter and a creator that I don't like, and I had him crying, and oh my God, it looks real. So I don't know. You just can't. Oh yeah. The recent one I saw was you are Chris's girlfriend, and you. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is very worrisome. It's scary. It really is scary. Think of all the things that people could do now that they can. I mean, you can't tell what's real anymore.
I know. Tell me about it.
Oh, have considered that Chris in chat is Lisa. Here we go. We got a comment. She claims to talk to Candy. Candy hates Lisa. I do believe that. Candy spoke to her briefly, not realizing who she was, but then stopped all contact because she felt she was crazy. She's never spoken to me. Never. She said Lisa had inserted herself into her daughter's case, causing drama and playing detective. Playing friends with Chris and Jeannie, she has briefly spoken to them. She is not friends with them. Well, damn, Chris, if you're not my friend, then give that wrench back. Oh, yeah. You were cheating on Rose and you actually married the person after you divorced Rose. I've read that
Yeah,
too.
I heard that too.
Oh my God. Oh, here's Smiley's. Yes. I always thought, oh, this is Team Rose. We know her. I always thought Lisa was the girlfriend of Rose Blythe's ex. And that is why she's covering up for him. Because some people think she had something to do with Rose Blythe going missing since they were on the rocks and headed for divorce. Chris didn't know they were headed for divorce. I think Rose was the only one that knew that. I know, you got married again and divorced. Okay, let's see. Here's talking about Candace. Chris, yes. Yes. And then he married her. I also heard that Rose was having an affair with Don. Just all kinds of crap. Okay, here, Candace. She worked for the Carneys that go from place to place when she was 18 till she had her first baby. That's absolutely false, 100%. She did not go into the carnival until after she had 2 kids and gave them up. Let's all remember that Kenneth Bly left his estate to Summer Wells. No, he did not. Another lie.
I heard that too.
Could that have been a motive for Summer to disappear? It wouldn't be a very good one because you have to have a body to collect on a life insurance policy. Because that was another thing. They bought a life insurance policy 2 months before she disappeared. Yeah, he didn't have any money to leave anyone. Oh, Book of My Fairy Tales. Yeah. Exactly. What estate didn't have. Oh, she worked. Yeah, people keep saying she's a oh, maybe her carnival friends did this or that. She's a carny. She lived the carny life. She wasn't hardly in the carnival, I don't even think, a year, and they fired her. So I don't think she had any friends. She doesn't have any friends anyway.
Well, when Summer disappeared, that's the first time I've ever heard about Rose Bly. I've never heard about her until then.
Yeah, and then that caused a lot of trouble for the detectives up there. Just with bullshit. People, the driveway rumor was ridiculous. Allie making up all that stuff. And somebody said, oh, her son stood in the driveway and pointed and said, my mom is down there. She doesn't have a son. Rose had 2 girls. She didn't have a boy. Yeah, this is crazy. As far as I know, Candace worked with Don at the Fair Circus when she was younger. She also worked at a fast food restaurant. No, she did not. She did not. Don did not work for the circus. Why can't Summer's birth certificate be found? I know people that have seen Summer's birth certificate. Oh, now they think I'm squalted. Candace was a carny for years. That's how she met Don. No, that's not how she met Don. Squalted. Let's see. Don Wells is innocent. Candace Hare is the common denominator. Rose Bly vanished a decade ago. She's alive and well. Summer is alive and well, too. All this decade-long drama for monetary gain. Oh, that's what Dee put. Yeah, she showed something. They said it wasn't really the birth certificate. It had her footprint on it, I believe. I know. I know. Oh, but they said I was Stacy Slay too. That I sounded just like her. She sounded Canadian to me. Anyway, so this is Dee's theory. They're both alive, and it was for monetary gain. Who the hell made money off of this? That's what I want to know. Oh, here we go. Fundraiser. Rose Meyer. This is Summer's fundraiser. Raised $110 from 2 donations. Yeah, it's a big scam. It's not the Wells, it's the Blys. It's to gain money. This is crazy. Oh, here they're posting Donna Kennedy saying she's Rose Bly and Rose Meyer. Oh, yes, Stacy Slay. Hi, Melissa Brown. Lisa, can you check your messenger? Probably not without kicking myself off.
She'll knock herself off. She does.
What is this? Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Annabelle just sent me a message for Prayer Garden's latest tonight.
Oh
Tonight or
my.
tomorrow. Guess what it is?
What
They
is it?
they saw Candy at Elijah Vu's prayer vigil.
Oh my. Oh my.
Good old PG. Good old PG. What was she doing at Elijah Vu's prayer vigil? Oh my God. Thanks, Annabelle.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that'll be all over tomorrow then.
Yeah,
Those
leave it up
kids
to PG.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. Oh, well, that's another thing that. Oh, here. Let's see. Grandpa Bly died 6 weeks before Summer vanished. Insurance policy was bought in 2021 on Summer. Summer is alive. She's being hid away just like her Aunt Rose. Okay. Here is who is this? I think this is D. Saying Karen Don's mother, Karen, her first husband was she said her first husband was Earl Kelly. Her first husband was John Wells. Here's Pam Tate. Check and see if the dirt at her grave has been disturbed. I think we already did that. We could go on all day. Oh, they're saying Don sold 120 Ben Hill. Yeah. The Wisconsin connection. Yeah, that's not the first time I've seen them try to connect. Well, and Candy, the Lily, the little girl in North Carolina or South Carolina or whatever, the old couple, the police went and checked that out already, and that was not Summer. But now he's saying that the old lady drove a garbage truck at night. Did I make a post of that? I think I did.
Yes, you did, Lisa.
And yeah, and she drove with Candy.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you making that post and stuff up on.
They were trafficking kids out of funeral homes. Oh, and that's another thing that Roe, and we haven't even gotten to Roe and Cher yet. That David Dodson was worked in his family-owned mortuary. No, he didn't. His family doesn't own a mortuary. That's a different Dodson family, and he didn't work for that one. Anyway, that's like Don bought his car from David Dodson's relative's car thing. No, he didn't. I have the records on that, too. Oh, my God. So, 120 Ben Hill. Don did not sell 120 Ben Hill. 120 Ben Hill addresses are just postal addresses. The post office gives you that. So the trailer that was in the front yard was 120 Ben Hill. The trailer's gone. So there is no 120 Ben Hill now. Don didn't sell it. It was the front yard of 110. I don't get that people don't understand that. The other property Don owned was 219 Ben Hill. That's not true either. Oh, and now Rose saying that Candace and Rose are not sisters because Jim is not Candace's dad. No, he is. Hi, Ronnie Bear. Oh my goodness. Let's see what this was from. Candace sold some of the land to Don Jr. within the last year. Candace doesn't own the land, so she can't sell it. Don Jr. is her husband, so he owns the land. Their drug dealer's name is Billy, the man that Candace purchased the land with. What? Oh my God, this is nuts. Okay, another thing I saw Rose say. Yeah, well, yes. However, Candace admitted on Daisy's that she made all that up. Do you remember that? Hi, Jolly Life. From Chris and from Candace's sister. Chris is right here. If you want to ask him something. Karen was supposed to take Summer for a year before she died, but it didn't happen. Summer was born in 2016. Karen died in 2010. So I doubt that she was going to take Summer for a year. Oh my God. Yes, it is in Don's name. Excuse me. What was I going to say? Something else that Rose said. Oh, Sonia. Sure said that. She talked to Sonia, and Sonia said that Don did not essay her, but Cher didn't believe her. But she believed Don. And Rose said that Sonia's husband is an RSO, which he's not, and that he was arrested for some sex offense right after Summer went missing. No, he wasn't. He did have a sex offense on his record from 2005, but he's not on the registry. He did not have a lifetime registration. Somebody asked where Candy was in chat, and Cher said Wisconsin. Now she's not in Wisconsin. Why didn't Cher just not say anything if she didn't know? Why would you make up something? I don't know. Is the sun affecting all these people? I don't know. There's no sun here, though.
It's for clicks and views and stuff.
I agree. Candace Hare's own daughter has been missing since August 2009. Excuse me, in Wisconsin. She hasn't been found. In fact, she had custody of she had custody of Candace Bly's children at one point. She was 21 years old and had 2 children of her own. She never had custody of Candace's children. They were gone when Rose was 15 in high school. That's a big one that I hear over and over and over again. Candace Bly. Tim Mullen said that Candace Bly is a good mother. Good mothers don't tell their children she'll put them in a trunk and help people look for them. She never said that. That was a meme.
Yeah, she put that meme off of Facebook.
I shared that in one of my crime groups too. I know a lot of my subs said that they shared that meme too. I thought it was hilarious.
I did too. I thought it was funny.
Bitch, I'll put you in the trunk and in my trunk and help people look for you.
How many people didn't share that meme? I mean, there was a lot of them on my Facebook.
Oh
that did.
yeah. Yes, I know dozens of people that did.
Facebook comes up some good memes sometimes, funny ones.
They do. Where is the fear of God for lying? Nobody cares about that.
Not anymore.
Prayer garden hides behind a church. I wouldn't want to be near a church if I was prayer garden. I wouldn't want to be standing next to prayer garden when it lightnings either.
Everything I talk about is, in my opinion, that the stuff I've heard on YouTube and stuff. You know.
Yes. Yeah, when people say, "Oh, I heard somewhere," like that's not a source. I heard somewhere. I read somewhere. Someone said. That's what they said. Even Don said. I don't think that's a source either. I've been accused of being an angel. Okay, here's this ScopeWorks 360 they said was Tim Mullen's business. It's not Tim Mullen's. It's Andy's. And he went to the same college I did here in town. Hey, he has nothing to do with Tim Mullen. And he got all kinds of shit when people said that this was Tim Mullen's company. Because here, privacy and digital security solutions help you become digitally invisible or disappear. Missing person pilot project. Now, Dee said that, yeah, it's Tim Mullins. Tim Mullins has a company that helps people disappear. He helped Summer disappear. He doesn't make people disappear. What he does, no, not that Andy. Oh my God, I shouldn't have said Andy because now we're adding another Andy. He helps domestic violence victims and people with stalkers hide their digital footprints so that people like me can't find them when I go to. So here he does a good thing, a totally good thing, and you're trying to ruin his business by starting rumors about him. That just really pissed me off. That's what Andy Bernard. Yeah, it's Andy Bernard. From what I've seen of Andy, I don't think he'd be capable of this.
Andy didn't have anything. I don't believe, in my opinion, Andy did not have anything to do with Summer's disappearance or anything. I'm sorry.
I don't either. I don't either.
Now, that's in my opinion. I mean, what I've heard of Andy and seen of Andy, I just don't believe it that he did.
I don't either. And I don't think Fred. Yeah, Andy Bernard's definitely. Oh, I got a cough a minute.
You okay, honey?
Okay, I'm back. Oh yeah, Dee said, what concerns me most is Lisa Kay informed me that this is Andy's business. In my opinion, it's someone real close to Summer's case. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know who Summer is. Oh, here's the... Oh, here's somebody posted this about Candace. Actually, I think it was Holly/Jennifer. Children lived in filth. Children had lice, body lice, and shingles. I've never heard of anybody getting shingles from having an unkept house. But shingles is a virus.
No, my sister's got she keeps a very spotless house, and she got shingles. So no, you don't get it from a dirty house.
No, it's from
Yeah, because They gave me a
Yeah.
shot for it. Yes, it's a bear spot. I
Yes.
won't get
Yes, shingles. Yes, they lived in filth. The children had shingles. You get it from chickenpox virus, right? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they'll give you shots now for it.
Oh
Well, you
yeah.
won't get it.
2-part. Yeah,
Yeah, but
that
no,
was
they
a
give you
rough shot.
they give you a shot before you won't get it now. So
Yeah, and people, I had a friend that, oh my God, she said, I didn't know people could be this, have this much pain and live. Oh, it was horribly painful. Oh, here, somebody was, spamming PG the other day. I thought it was funny. No wonder you got along so well with Don. Tell me, Christian with a filthy mouth, have you written any more letters for Don Wells claiming to be him? You'd get vertigo in a sewer, right? Right? Right?
I listen to PG. I don't go in her chat no more, but I do sometimes listen to her. To see what she's putting out there again.
Yeah. Well, apparently Candy's at Elijah Vu's vigil. Oh, and yeah, here's where she said that she's never had any private conversations with Brooks at all. Okay. I'm sure there's more, but I saw Ziggy. Ziggy was in there saying, oh my God, this is the place to be when you're high. What's Ziggy doing being high? She's an addict, and she's supposedly helping Fred, right?
Yeah, she's supposed to be. Yeah, she is addict.
Yeah, she shouldn't be getting high. That just struck me. Kids don't get shingles. Actually, hi Runny Bear. Did I say hi to you? My dad had it when he was a kid, which was really odd.
Well, I've never had it, but my doctor gave me a shot for it just in case.
Yeah, I got that shot right away as soon as I could, as soon as I turned 60. It was two parts.
I don't want them. I've seen what my sister went through. I don't want shingles. I mean, she went through hell with that.
Yes. Oh, here's Sassy Frass saying,
oh my.
Don. Yeah. Don knew Fred was wired up, so that's why he didn't say anything. Fred wasn't wired up. Fred had a tape recorder. He wasn't wired up.
Yes.
I don't know what he thought.
Say that.
And then, yeah, she said, Sassy Press, Don said he knew Fred was wired. And she said, yep, that's right. That's why he refused to say anything. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Lord, she's as bad as PG is. In my opinion.
Good one, Eve.
You're
not the first. Ernie said he had a recording of him talking to Allison about Hunter saying Summer hid her head on a rock underwater, and Candace took Summer to Don, and he finished Summer off by bashing her head in with a hammer. Yeah, that's where she said that several times.
Yep.
I don't think Hunter ever said that. And Hunter said that Summer never went underwater, actually.
Please, people, don't pay no attention to Sassy Frass. Half the stuff she puts out there, she don't know what she's talking about.
Well, she doesn't, know any of the people.
I mean... I'm sorry, but I'm not. But that's the way my opinion when it comes to Sassy Frass. And I've seen her in many chats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She used to hang out over there at Remain Calms.
Yeah, she used to hang out there. She's been in a lot of chats. This, I've never. I mean, to me, Sassy Fresh just likes to put stuff out there. I mean,
Yeah, I think so too. She likes to be relevant.
yeah.
Yeah. Kind of strange. Grandis was around when. Oh, here's Sassy Fresh again. Yeah, I screenshot her stuff. I'll admit it.
Well, if
Kinda
Sassy Fresh sees this and hears me, she'll probably come after me over this, but I don't care.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm surprised she isn't in here because she likes to come in and talk with me and then go on another channel and bash me. What a liar I am. Kind of strange. Grandis was around when Rose came up missing, then was around when Summer came up missing. Well, she's related to both of them, so I don't really think that's that odd. Oh, this Nicey Marie, she's a nutcase. She claims to see pictures, things in the pictures like Wicca does, WCIA, witchcraft lady. She said that she saw pictures of all kinds of faces with that picture of Rose at the waterfall. There was at least 4 other people in the truck with Candace in the milk jug video. She saw pictures of them in the window in the rearview mirror. She's just, some of these people are just crazy.
Yeah, they are. I agree with that.
For the 90th time, Candy did not leave immediately after Summer went missing. It was 6 weeks later. She didn't leave till after the boys were taken. She took off 2 years after Rose went missing, too. No, she didn't. She went back and forth, but I don't know why they're thinking that. Well, I think that's...
I didn't know how long it was when Grandis left, but I knew it was a long time after after Summer left. So.
Yeah, she didn't leave till after the boys were taken. Oh, Rose was complaining about her head hurting, and Summer was hurt too. Head injuries. Okay, whatever. Just crazy, but it made me mad that Sharon Rowe were putting on all this junk. Oh yeah, that Nicey Marie. She's got 5,000 pictures that she's organizing to send to TBI. The swimming video, she sees people in the woods with Hunter. There was a whole bunch of people there. I don't know. In my opinion, I think law enforcement knows exactly what happened. I think they know. That's why they're not investing, returning phone calls, or, looking at people's 5,000 pictures of faces and trees. I think they know, and I think that they're just waiting for a body. They have no way to prove that Summer's dead. I mean, a lot of people think she's still alive somewhere, so.
Well, there's no evidence that she's dead or alive. I mean, just like she just disappeared off the face of the earth. I mean,
exactly. A lot of kids do. Look at Michael Vaughn. Look at Dior Koontz. Look at, there's a lot of children.
Down there in Florida years ago. I think she's been gone now about 15 years, 20 years.
Who?
Haley Cummins down in
Florida. I recognize that name.
Yeah, well, she's been gone now 15 or 20 years, and they haven't found her yet.
No.
Remember, she was 5 years old when she went missing.
Oh, who's that? That girl. That's a famous case that the sheriff's son hit her with the truck. He never found her either.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I can't think. There's actually a lot of people that go missing. I hope they find little Elijah. I
do.
I can't help but wonder. I think he was gone before they reported him missing. And that's why police are looking for, video of that car for the week before he was reported missing. I just wonder if, his little dinosaur shoe was by the dumpster. What if they put him in the dumpster and the shoe fell out when they emptied it? Sometimes when they empty those dumpsters, little pieces will fall out of
Yeah.
it. I just
I
wonder if
hope
maybe
not.
he's just, I don't know.
Nope.
He just hits me kind of like Quentin, just the cutest, most adorable little
Yeah.
thing.
I tell you what, we got so many missing children out here. It is unreal. I mean,
Yeah.
And adults.
I think with social media, yeah, we hear a lot more about it now. I read a lot of true crime books. I mean, a lot. And I remember, like, in the 60s, in this one little rural area, there was like 3 or 4 girls that were kidnapped, and then they did find their bodies, but they, had been raped and were naked and thrown in fields, and like nobody connected that up. I mean, it was, a rural area there, but there wasn't a panic like there is now. And there wasn't QAnon fanning the fire.
Lisa, I've raised 4 kids. I've got 8 grandchildren and 4 great grandchildren. That's a lot of kids. But anyway, I would, it would kill me if anything happened to them. Anything. I mean, yeah.
Oh, I agree. Well, I don't have any kids, but if one of my cats went missing, I wouldn't go to work. I wouldn't go to sleep. I wouldn't do anything. I'd be, calling shelters, hanging flyers.
Yeah.
I'd be on social media. I wouldn't be able to stand it. And that's a cat. So,
Oh, I know what I need to tell you. A few months ago, my daughter owns a shop down in Kingsport, Tennessee. Okay.
oh,
This homeless lady came by her shop, and she had a bunch of posters that she took down of Summer Moon to somewhere else. And my daughter asked her, she said, "What are you doing with those posters?" And she said, I took them off the post. Becca told her to go and put them back up because that's a missing child that she had of the posters of. And she called me and let me know. And I was in the library for main com when it happened. I mean, can you believe that?
yes, it seems like that happens in every missing person's case. Seriously.
So that's where a lot of the posters are going. That's where a lot of the stuff is going to hanging up. I mean.
Yes. Yes. The genealogical DNA has really helped solving a lot of cases and connecting up a lot of cases. So unfortunately, in some cases, the perpetrators are dead, but I see them arresting a lot of, 70 and 80-year-old men lately that were matched up with DNA. When I used to watch Disappeared, that was on quite a few seasons, maybe 8. Some of those cases still haunt me, but I remember, like, one dad, his daughter disappeared out in Las Vegas or something, and he spent a lot of time and continued to go out there, and yeah, he'd put up posters, and then the next day they'd be gone. I hear that more and more in different people's cases where
Well, my daughter said it for her own eyes. So
people tear People tear the posters down. I don't know why. I don't even know if it's people that have anything to do with the case. I don't understand why you would do that. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, I know. I love that series. Some of those that Ben McDaniel in the cave diving, that one just where is he? Where is he? I think I've watched that one 50 times, I'll bet you. Some of those are just it's like a mystery and I'm like what could possibly have happened to those people? Yeah, QAnon. Don't get me started on that. Janelle Matthews? No. They found her remains over 30 years after she disappeared. Oh, yeah. Was this recently, Alessia? I know you said you were in Colorado. Okay, well, probably gonna wrap it up here. I know I have more. I could go on, but same old rumors. I'll look it up, and I got to go look at this Brooks thing with Don in Minnesota too. I can find that out if he's really there. What difference does it make, though? Who cares? What does that have to do with Summer? Are they going to say he dug Summer up and took her to Minnesota?
Okay, why would he take her to Minnesota in the first place?
I don't know. People say he took her to Utah and buried her, and I'm like, he went to Utah after Dr. Phil. So where did he put her, like, on the plane while they were flying to Dr. Phil? You know what I mean? It just craziness. Oh, Minnesota's way too close. Yeah, I'll let you know what I find out. Let's see. Yes, I am glad too. I read that book about the Golden State Killer. I wish they would find. I'm surprised they haven't found more victims of the Green River Killer, and I'm even more surprised that Bob G had never heard of the Green River Killer. Or, of course, I'm thinking some of Ted Bundy's. I know there was one case that Ann Rule swore Ted Bundy committed, and the DNA proved that someone else did it. A lot of people are getting released from prison too that were wrongfully convicted recently.
Oh, yeah.
And now look at that lady, and isn't that in Colorado, Alessia? That lady was manipulating the DNA results for 20 years. I just posted that not too long ago. Now they'll have to reopen all those cases, which is a shame because some people were probably rightfully convicted, but now they'll have that as an excuse. What a mess. But I think that happens in a lot of cases. And I was going to do a thing on satanic panic and all that, child sexual abuse scandal with the in the daycare that happened that swept the nation. Wasn't that in the 70s or 80s? I forget. And it's kind of almost like what they're doing, what QAnon is trying to do these days too. People's lives were ruined. People's children were taken from them. People were in prison for like 20 years. Every single one of those cases was false. Every single one. Not a single one of those was true. I mean, people just went crazy with that. I'd hate to see something like that happen again. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks everybody for being here. As always, you guys are all awesome. Okay, my dad's having surgery Thursday, so please pray, and please pray for Eve. I don't want to break your confidentiality, Eve, but Eve needs
No,
our
you go ahead.
personal.
Wait a minute. You go ahead and tell them what's going on.
Eve, you go ahead, Eve. It's your story to tell.
Okay. I went to a knee specialist. I won't be able to walk again, and I might lose my. It's a big possibility. I might lose my leg again. My leg over it.
I just will definitely be praying for you. And you know, I'm here for you, Eve.
I know, honey.
Cow. I feel like you're part of my family almost.
It was devastating news to me. I mean,
I'm sure it was, and yet you still showed up tonight.
yeah. Well, I mean, a true crime is becoming my life. I love it.
Well, good. I'm glad that gives you a diversion
Yeah,
from some of your problems. And yeah, you're always welcome on my channel.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I try to be good to everybody. I try to be nice to everybody, you know, and
Well, and that'll come back to you. There's good karma and bad karma, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of good karma coming your way.
yeah. All I ask is for people just to pray for me and everything. Hopefully, something will come up. And yeah,
Hopefully, yeah, maybe I mean, it's not set in stone, right? Maybe they'll think of something.
hopefully.
Hopefully. You're
But
right.
I do appreciate you, Lisa. I really do, honey. You've been
Oh,
there
I
for me.
appreciate you. I appreciate you too, hon. Okay,
love
love
you.
everybody. I got the greatest
Huh.
chat in true crime. Thanks everyone. Thanks everybody for being here. And I won't be on Thursday because my dad's having surgery, but I'll talk to you next Monday. Love everybody. Have a good night.